In our group chat, my best friend said, "You're a jealous cockblock. Don't come out with us anymore." When I stayed home, they went to the club without me, and what happened next changed everything I thought I knew about friendship. The message came on a Friday night. I had been the one to warn them about Damon, the guy Priya had been seeing for 3 months. Something about him felt wrong. The way he isolated her from us. The way he always knew where she was. The way his eyes went cold when she laughed too loud at someone else's joke. They called me paranoid. They called me jealous. They said I was projecting my own failures onto Priya's happiness. So I stayed home. I made chamomile tea. I watched bad reality television with my mom, who didn't ask questions but kept refilling my cup like she understood something I couldn't articulate. She rubbed my shoulder once, briefly, and that small gesture nearly broke me. Around midnight, my phone buzzed. It was Keisha, the quietest member of our group. 3 words appeared. "You were right about him." Priya had left the club with Damon. When she tried to leave his apartment an hour later, he wouldn't let her. She had to lock herself in his bathroom and called the police with her hands shaking so badly she could barely dial. Keisha and Tamara stayed with her at the hospital until 4 in the morning, holding her hands while she gave her statement. The next day, the group chat was silent. Then Tamara sent a message. "We should have listened to you, but here's what they don't tell you about being right. It doesn't feel like victory. It feels like grief. I didn't want to be right. I wanted my friends to trust me before something terrible validated my concerns. I would have traded anything to be wrong, to be the paranoid friend who saw danger in shadows. For weeks, our friendship existed in strange limbo. We texted occasionally, surface-level exchanges about weather and work. The deep conversations we used to have felt impossible, weighted with unspoken apologies and unprocessed guilt. I missed them fiercely, but didn't know how to cross the distance shame had created. It was my dad who gave me perspective, in his usual roundabout way. He was fixing the kitchen sink when he said, "Sometimes people have to break something before they realize it needed protecting." I didn't fully understand him then, but when Priya called me crying 2 months later, asking if we could meet for coffee, I thought about his words. We sat in a corner booth at the diner on 5th Street. She looked different, thinner, more cautious. Her hands shook slightly when she held her mug, and she kept glancing at the door like she expected someone to walk through it. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry we didn't believe you. I'm sorry we made you feel like the problem when you were trying to protect me." I could have made her feel worse. Some part of me wanted to, but what would that accomplish? Priya had already learned the lesson in the hardest possible way. My anger wouldn't protect her or heal our fractured friendship. "I'm sorry you went through that," I said instead. "Nobody deserves what happened to you. Rebuilding took time, real time, not the compressed healing arcs you see in movies. There were setbacks, moments when old resentments surfaced unexpectedly." Keisha admitted she'd been afraid to contradict the group. Tamara revealed she'd had doubts about Damon too, but stayed quiet. We all had to sit with our failures. But slowly, something stronger emerged from the wreckage. Our group chat resumed, but different now. We checked in on each other with more intention. We asked harder questions and actually waited for real answers. We learned to say, "I believe you," without requiring proof first. My sister asked me once why I forgave them so easily. I told her it wasn't easy at all. Forgiveness was a choice I made daily, sometimes hourly. It was choosing connection over being right, choosing growth over permanent judgment. That doesn't mean I forgot. Boundaries exist now that didn't before. I trust myself first. And when someone tells me their instincts are screaming about a situation, I listen, really listen. Being called a jealous cockblock hurt more than I admitted at the time, but staying home that night taught me something invaluable. My intuition is worth protecting, even when protecting it means standing alone. The right people will eventually find their way back.